Hey, this is Comedy Break brought to you by Mrs. P. Mrs. P is a huge, well, remember on Fred Flintstone? The Flintstones? They had their pet, Dino the dinosaur. Yeah. Well, you know what Dino is? Mrs. P is like, she's a really big Dino kind of dinosaur. Is he I don't know if he's I don't know. Anyways, is she? No, there's a different one called Emily Bronte. Emily Bronte is a brontosaurus. Mrs. P is like Dino. Like Bronte, I don't know. I don't know. I can't say. Anyways, he's not sure. Anyways, he's like, he's like a house pet sized dinosaur. Mrs. P is too big to be a house pet dinosaur in Fred Flintstone. I'm in the middle of telling a story about the Pindar, and some other demonic decides to interrupt me in the middle of giving you a story. It's impossible for me to live under these conditions. No, it's not. I mean, you got to live with the conditions you got. I'm under 100% demonic attack all day long. Mrs. P is a demon. She's a demonic. You would call her, I don't know, a dark reptilian. I'm trying to get her pissed off at these other mnemonics because she should be like feeling like she's being dissed because she's like she thinks she's a senior Pindar. There's many Pindar, many. We call them Isbys. I learned that on YouTube from somebody. Isby, someone who is and someone who bees. An Isby. She's an Isby who appears to me as a big Dino kind of dinosaur. She reminds me of Liz Dougal. Well, she knows Liz Dougal, and I don't know if she is Liz Dougal, but, well, she's not Liz Dougal, but she is inspired by Liz Dougal. Now, Liz Dougal has a heart of gold. Does Mrs. P? She can act like she has a heart of gold, but she doesn't. She's very dark. What is she? I don't know. What she does is she takes good people and then she inverts them. She accentuates people's flaws. Mrs. P, Mrs. Pindar, she accentuates, if she was going to do a hack job on you, she would go and find something. Well, she's always looking for physical flaws. I don't know, you name it, anything. Anyway, she's like what? She's a vicious, vile devil. So that's what she does. She takes, an ordinary, an ordinary person like Liz Dougal, and then she goes and becomes the devil version of Liz Dougal. Why? Because that's what she actually does. Because I know Liz Dougal. See, it's very hard for me to get the words out when I get a demonic attack. That's demonic attack. You just saw that. I mean, they're very well. Sorry, I've done lots of videos on this. So, anyways, what can we tell you about this? It's simply that people, that I've known in my life, throughout my lifespan, are in the Akashic records that I don't have access to. But if you go on YouTube, like to Aaron Abke, he might give you a video on how to access Akashic records. Is it going to work? I don't know. I listen to a lot of videos and a lot of things that people say. It doesn't work for me. Doesn't mean it won't work for you, though, because we all are. I don't know. we're different in many ways. Anyway, so I was telling you about Mrs. Pindar being like a very nasty, nasty version of somebody I know. Well, I don't know, like, because we have the example of Clancy Wiggum thing. You take Clancy Wiggum, the chief of police of The Simpsons, who is a corrupt cop. And then you get him playing World of Warcraft, and then he gets really, really dark. The nastiest, most evil parts of Clancy Wiggum become the monster Clancy Wiggum thing. When you're experiencing Clancy, you can feel it. It's a clairsentience. You can feel him, and you know he's very good. Sometimes he hides and disguises, but generally speaking, things that are Clancy or related to Clancy, they appear blue to me. Like blue furry. And it's tinged with Clancy Wiggum thing, the monster. Anyways, Mrs. P, it often seems like she writes the words for other people. Who is the Pindar in real life? The Pindar is the royal family. Which royal family? It's certainly the British royal family. And given the fact that the British royal family is totally tied in with European royals altogether, let's go with European royalty. Now, what about other royalties on the planet? I'm not knowing. I don't know because I'm sure I don't know. So what does it mean? What is the Pindar? The Pindar, well, it's supposed to be the person that is the official sperm donor to other people that are royal. You can go look it all up on, where did I learn this? On the internet, back pages. I mean, if you use Google, you might not find anything. In the old days, we had lots more search engines that weren't afraid to go into touchy subjects. Then again, you might get it, because you never know. I would try it. Just put in the Pindar, Pindar, and hit search, see what you get. But it's definitely going to be something related to British royal family. If it's not, if it's too far away from what you think is British royal family and aristocracy, then I don't think it's the right Pindar. But, you'll have to judge. But, Okay, what else do we want to know from Mrs. P? Well, that's about all I can tell you. And what does she do? Well, as the writer of the stuff that I don't know. I'm often forced to wonder, like, what is the source of the stuff that's coming to me? Because I'm getting demonic attack all day long. They try and kill me every day. Multiple attempts on my life every day. Every day. Every day. I don't know. They can fuck with my body, and currently they're back. I'm doing the choking game with me. I don't know. They choke you by remote control. I don't know. They have like a lot of control over human bodies. They have super high-tech stuff. Anyways, I was telling you about Mrs. Pindar liking to be inspired by Liz because I don't know. She decided this particular large dinosaur-looking dragon reptilian. Well, I don't know. She likes to be the big cheese, and Liz Dougal was, I know, one of the first ladies of Thunder Bay, Canada. Well, there's a number of, prominent families, and she was a well-known business person for decades and decades. Successful business person, absolutely. Absolutely. She could do everything. I don't know. She's an amazing cook. I don't know. One of those people that just, she could do it all. She could. Anyways. So this particular dinosaur didn't really know what to call herself. So she started calling herself, I'm going to be known as Liz Pindar, in honor of Liz Dougal. True story. That Pindar is still around, Liz Pindar, and she's a nasty, 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 nasty thing. Anyways, I was telling you the Clancy Wiggum thing was, like the darkest parts of that character, Clancy Wiggum off The Simpsons. Now, what does that imply? It implies that you can have monsters created based upon your personality. And in fact, we're told by the wisdom teacher Stuart Wilde that is exactly what happens to people who haven't processed their what's known in psychology as the shadow. So look up psychology shadow and hit your Google search, and you'll get everything you need to know on that topic, and then I don't have to talk about it. Okay, so Mr. Wilde told us, and you can probably find the article on stuartwilde.com, STUARTWILDE.com. There's all kinds of information, and I'm sure you can find. Type in his search box, the shadow. Because in there he talks about a lot of monsters that are created right now. And what about them? Well, it's expected that with Earth ascension, remember, the planet herself, the planetary spirit, sometimes known as Gaia, normally it's a female spirit, Mother Earth, Gaia, she has the intention to raise the vibration, or in other words, raise every being on her to an ascended status, which, the current time, it's 540 is the minimum standard for you to be on the planet. Are you there? No. Just last week I did a muscle test on my community, Thunder Bay, Ontario, and we're at 201. We need to get up to 540. What did I do? I made a great video. It'll be posted the same day as this video. Sudden enlightenment. It's the easiest way to enlightenment. I can have you at a stage of, I don't know. I can get you up to 540. Give me a week, I'll take off the weight. That was the old thing that they would say. Give us a week, we'll take off the weight with AIDS diet pills, for example. AIDS. It was very strange because these diet pills were being advertised on national TV at the same time as, like NBC News, CBS, ABC announced the arrival of a new horrible disease called AIDS, AIDS. Was it fake news? They had us all believing it was the modern worst plague. Originally, they called it GRID, gay-related immune deficiency. And then they started saying people from Haiti. And then people from Africa. And then hemophiliacs. Was there anybody in there who was like, I don't know, white Anglo-Saxon Protestant? Did Donald Trump get AIDS? No, it was a phony baloney disease invented by big pharma, big nasty people that plan every year. They tell you about a new kind of, usually it's a viral disease. Remember Zika? What happened to all those Zika? And then for that matter, in the 1980s, they kept telling us people that use crack cocaine were giving birth to, I don't know, pinhead babies. They called them crack babies. Where are those pinheads? Crack babies? I don't see any crack babies. They would be all adults by now. I don't see crack baby adult people that are pinheads. No, I don't. So it was all phony baloney. What was it designed? In those days, they wanted to lock up the black population. Well, we know from all kinds of movies over the years that, the government lets that drug in. And they arrange it to be distributed to black inner city places, and then they go and arrest people because they give them a huge, I don't know, they get 25 years for using crack. Whereas the white people, like Donald Trump, who's powdered, you're going to tell me, did you remember when he was president? It was all the time on camera going, he's got like cocaine nose, he does, Donald Trump. So, I don't know, what happens if you get caught with playing cocaine? Well, I don't know. Even if they put you in jail because, say, you're, I don't know, poor white trash. If you're poor white trash, then you would go to prison, but not for as long a sentence if it was powdered cocaine as somebody who was using crack. It was targeting the black population of inner cities in the USA. And then what happens if you're an elite? And you're caught with not just, a little baggie of cocaine, but, I don't know, bricks and bricks of it. Roger Clinton, the President Clinton's brother and Hillary Hinton's, brother-in-law, Roger Clinton was convicted for cocaine drugs. And his brother, President Bill Clinton, gave him a presidential pardon, which is, remember in Monopoly, you land on, I don't know, community chest, and you get a card called Get Out of Jail Free. Bill Clinton got his brother out of jail for free, because, is that fair? Well, fuck it is. But that's the way it is, and that's the truth. We got a pregnant pause because I've got another demonic attack. It's just difficult to get words sometimes when they're very, very active. They attack light workers. Who's a light worker? I don't know. Somebody who's light. What does light mean? Light means love and light versus organized darkness. Organized darkness is, I don't know, Tony Soprano. I'm still being blocked. Well, this was supposed to be a video about one of the devils, Mrs. Pindar, Mrs. P. I mean, this just shows you a house divided cannot stand is a biblical teaching. I mean, organized darkness is not going to be able to stay united because there's constant bickering. There's constant bickering, isn't there? Well, I don't know. I don't think so. Because is there constant bickering? I shouldn't have said that. Because I was going to talk about the evil emperor and Darth Vader. Was there bickering? Well, yeah. There was a lot of back talk to Darth Vader by people who should have known better. And then you saw what happened to Darth Vader. He would use his psychic powers and do a psychic choke on somebody. He didn't use his hands. He used psychic choke. Psychic choke is what's used against me. Anyways, Stuart Wilde on his blog was talking about people meeting your shadow. Clancy Wiggum from The Simpsons, the police chief, meeting Clancy Wiggum Thing, the devil. And then Clancy Wiggum, the police chief, having to go and deal with himself, his own inner darkness. And that's called processing the shadow. No? You don't want to process your shadow in advance of meeting the monster? Because you got to go back. Did you go? Well, I don't know. You're still watching me. But don't forget, you got to go and Google psychology, the shadow, and hit search. And then don't forget to go to Stuart Wilde and read about the shadow. And read about you meeting your worst enemy. You. Now, the worst thing about being a light worker is people have these monster shadows. And these monster shadows are prowling around the earth, looking to see what kind of horrible they can cause. So these things are spirits, yes. They're very what? Are they strong or not? Well, yeah, they are. Can they kill you? Well, they've tried many times. Many times. They haven't killed me yet. Have they been close? Yeah, really close. How close? I don't know. I'm surprised that I'm alive. Well, I've endured it, but, anybody, that visits my Akashic record and asks to go and look at the warehouse, where everything about the torture of Bobby Burrows over the past 5+ years, it's all in the Akashic record. If you don't know how to do that, go back to Aaron Abke on YouTube and look at how do I access astral. No, it's not astral. Fuck. This is a demonic fucking attack. Anyway, Akashic records. Don't go into anything astral. Don't do astral projection. No, it's a mistake. It's a horrible mistake. And we were told by Dr. David R. Hawkins, consciousness research and wisdom teacher, don't astral project and don't go into astral worlds. Don't. Stay in your body all the time. That's why you're here on physical earth. All this other shit, don't do it. Stay in your body. If you have an energy body, the energy body itself, some people know it energy, keep it in your body and make sure you twinkle your toes sometimes. To make sure, because a lot of people, Stuart Wilde told us, don't occupy from the knees down to their feet. They don't occupy that part of their body with their, consciousness. So make sure you wiggle your toes. And have you heard of grounding yourself? Imagine that you have tree roots coming out of the bottom of your feet, going deep into the earth. That's the easiest, quickest way to ground. That's the easiest way to remember. So do it. Do it regularly. Whenever it comes around, but if you just heard this and you said, I haven't done that in a long time, well, then make a point of it to do it very soon. Do it right. You don't have to go outside. I mean, Jesus, it's 30 below here in Thunder Bay, Canada. So I don't have to go outside with bare feet to ground. Some people say it's best to do that. Well, fuck off. I'm sorry, that's a pile of shit. Because it's garbage teachings. Anyways, because I get pissed off at the fucking garbage that comes out of people's minds who haven't raised their consciousness to get into spirit. Because that's where the actual wisdom is. And you raise your consciousness, and you'll have access to spirit. And then you'll have, unfortunately, a lot of these shadow spirits. Shadows of often people that you know. So is Mrs. P the shadow of Liz Dougal? I have to muscle test to see. So, because I don't know. It's not being given by intuition. So remember how I do muscle tests. You take your fuck off finger and then connect your fuck off finger to your thumb. It leaves you a free finger up here. Your index finger is free. Okay, that's the ring. Then you take your thumb from the other thing. Now what we want to test, okay, this is strong enough so that if I pull on it with my thumb, I can hold it strong. But if I hold in mind a lie, Paris is the capital of Italy, and then I'm going to do extra, hold strong, I can break through. Hold strong. Hold strong. Paris is the capital of France. Hold strong. I don't know. I'm being fucked with. I'm terribly sorry. Because on those muscle tests, I could feel it. I'm being fucked with by the demonic. Anyways, that's how I would test it. And then what I would test to see, I don't think I'm going to get a good answer. It's heavy demonology. But you can do it because I'm showing you how to do it. You do it with your body because if you're not under demonic attack, you should get good answers. And, anyways, I'm just going to try it again. So, Mrs. P is the shadow of Les Dougal. Okay, she's not. She's not. I was clear enough on that one. I'm very confident that Mrs. Pindar is not the shadow of Liz Dougal. Okay, let's find out if there is still a shadow spirit of Liz Dougal who passed on. There is. There is not. There is not. Okay, so Liz Dougal processed her shadow. Liz Dougal was given spiritual help. She was given spiritual help to process the ego. And she's processed all of her darkness, and now she's on 5D Earth. So she's she's in 5D Earth, and that means it's awesome news. That is awesome, awesome, awesome news. Because people want to know if their loved one is okay. And there's no better place than 5D Earth. No better place than 5D Earth. Let's go and find out about her husband, who also passed on. Fraser Dougal, we have permission. Fraser Dougal is on 5D Earth. And he's not hanging out with Liz, just so you know. But he's happy and she's happy and they're okay with each other. So it's awesome news. That's what you can get with muscle testing. You can get information about the dear departed. And if you want a muscle test, make sure you check to see if they're in 5D Earth. 5D Earth, that's the weird place where you want to go. Just because there could be astral creatures that are giving you other names that sound like, but they not necessarily so. 5D Earth is what we're looking for. So if it's Nova Gaia and it came from Beverly Nation, you don't want nothing to do with Beverly Nation. She is a nasty piece of business, and I know well, personally, yeah, I've been involved with her, I know, and she is a nasty person. So I don't know, because she came up again today. Well, it was some years back, but anyways, I know she talks about 5D Earth and stuff, but stay the hell away from her. I don't know. There's something dark and deadly about that woman. And she says Nova Gaia or something. I don't know, all these fucking names. It's like she's a false prophet. She's not anything to do with love and light, even though she acts that way. Well, if you watch her video, I don't know. I don't want you to go there. Spiritually, it's not a good idea. Because you hear about somebody dark, don't go there. Because they get their tentacles into you. They know that you're going in there. So curiosity did literally kill the cat. And the cat didn't get any more 9 lives in that case. Don't go near dark people. Out of curiosity, don't do it. And I know you're going to say, but it's forbidden fruit. This is your soul. And I got to tell you, as somebody who's been tortured for 5 years, plus, yeah. But it's been really, really the past 5 years when it's been 24 all the time, 24/7. You don't want to have demonics taking a personal interest in you. It's the most horrific 5 years. You could never imagine how horrible it is to be under demonic attack. Gang stalking, targeted individual by evil spirits, and I think it's also AI. Like combinations. It's like combinations of organized darkness. Organized devils looking to kill people like me. Because why did they kill Jesus? Because he spoke the truth. That's what David R. Hawkins of Consciousness Research told us. That's why they kill. They intend to kill us off because they want you enslaved to them. So, that's what we're under. We are under attack by demonic forces. Who's standing up for you, Bobby Burrows? Because I'm holding my vibration, which I calibrated self. You can check and see what you get, and if you get something wrong, well, then you're under demonic attack. You should get 600 on the scale of human consciousness from me. If you don't, then you're under demonic attack, because they can start fucking with your body. Anyways, fair warning. But, there's no other choice, because the other way is you following along with this shit forever. So, take the fucking shit away. In 5D Earth, there's no fucking disease at all. None. You have a clean mind. How is disease caused? In the end, it's caused by bad thought forms. And then it becomes bad people who hold horrible thought forms about killing you by remote control. You know, based upon U.S. drone strikes that are always announced on the news, is becoming, I guess it normalizes remote control killing of people. I don't know, we normalize the killing of beef cattle and pigs, chickens, salmon, shellfish. We legalize the killing of unborn babies, and I know because still, we legalize it. Why? Because our society has done such a bad job of what? Raising our consciousness. If you raise your consciousness, then you only have consciously created babies. There's not an accident because you have more consciousness. We're so low on the scale of consciousness, we make babies pretty much, well, I know some are planned babies, but a lot of babies are, well, I don't know, somebody got drunk and next thing you know, sometime later, we got a baby on the way, many people keep them. But anyways, that's how it happens in higher dimensionals. So, what can you do to make sure that you go to 5D Earth? Well, watch the video I made yesterday on sudden enlightenment and do it. It's super easy, and it's not taxing at all. It's so easy, it bypasses your mind and the cognitive dissonance you have about changing. Because this one is something you already do. I'm serious. It's something you do regular basis. In a nutshell, very quickly, instead of watching the video, we're 31 minutes in, watch the video.